Wall Street veteran Bernard Madoff has been arrested and charged with running a $50 billion Ponzi scheme.
Congress wants to know what caused the Enron meltdown.
Now, while the collective rage currently is focused on WorldCom,
Tyco CEO Dennis Kozlowski was convicted of looting hundreds of millions of dollars.
This is one of the biggest fraud cases ever.
Their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
Find out more on this week's episode of White Collars, Red Hands.
Every year, we have a new viral sensation that sweeps the nation and penetrates every inch of the internet. In 2024, one of those was the Hawk Tuah Girl, the young, silly girl who gave us advice on how to give fellatio. We all know Hawk Tuah Girl, but why is she on today's episode? You'll be absolutely gagged on how it all choked down on this week's episode of White Collars, Red Hands.
Are you sad you missed your chance? 10 years ago, you could have been.
I could have been the Hawk Tuah Girl.
But, honestly, Nina, I think you were ahead of your time.
I was ahead of me, yeah.
And it could have been you, and now you got to look at these younger people just like achieving your dreams. How does that feel?
It feels like time is slipping away and that I'm going to amount to nothing and that everything I've done in my life has been a waste of time and that I'm just going to never be able to retire and I'm just going to die sad and alone and that no one would actually care if I died. So that's actually how it feels.
Cool. Welcome back to White Collars, Red Hands, everybody, where it's happy all the time. My name's Kashan.
And I'm Nina. And you heard it. This week's episode about the Hawk Tuah Girl.
Oh. Dude, don't. I don't want to have to clean these microphones afterwards.
Spit on that thing.
Please calm down.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. If you hate viral sensations on the internet, if you hated Hawk Tuah Girl, you actually probably will like this episode because it does not paint her in a very good light.
Oh, chill.
Yeah. All right. So, first and foremost, if you're a listener of this show, you know that some facts just do not stick in my mind whatsoever.
Some?
A lot. And anything in regards to crypto is one of these things, and we talk a lot about crypto today. I'm going to break down some facts about crypto and meme coins specifically and all that shit, which, yes, we have done this in the past, but I'm going to do it again in case you are a first-time listener and you don't know anything about crypto. So.
Which, good.
Yeah, good.
Don't take what you learned today to Coinbase, please.
No, don't do that.
Don't buy any meme coins off.
No, don't buy into meme coins.
Yeah, you will have failed if you've done that.
So, in case you really don't know, cryptocurrency is a digital currency that is designed to work through a computer network, which means that it doesn't rely on a government or a bank to uphold it or maintain it. And when you buy crypto, the records of ownership are stored in what is called a blockchain, which is a database that shows what you've bought and what you've exchanged, and everybody can view this. It is not a secret whatsoever. The first cryptocurrency was Bitcoin, and it launched in 2009. Since then, crypto has become increasingly more popular, and as of 2023, there were over 25,000 different cryptocurrencies on the marketplace. 40 of those have a capitalization exceeding over $1 billion.
Oh, that's
crazy.
Yeah, that's actually 40?
Mm-hmm.
I can name like 3 cryptocurrencies that I think would be worth anything.
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Which is, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I think Monero is another one.
Monero.
Dogecoin. There you go. There's one. But other than that, I got stone cold nothing.
Oh,
so
no, I don't have anything
40
for
that
you.
are worth that much money, but okay.
There. Now, there are a lot of different types of cryptocurrencies, and one that we are going to be talking about today is a meme coin. Now, a meme coin is exactly what it sounds like. It's a type of crypto that has originated from a meme or an internet trend.
Because you know what's great for long-term financial investments? Memes. You know how they last forever and people find them funny for ever?
They do last on the internet forever.
Yeah,
but it's not. But there are like 50,000 of them being pumped out a day.
You guys don't know who Tay Zonde is?
No, I don't know who that
Fucking
is.
exactly. That is what happens to meme coins. They go the way of Tay Zonde. Chocolate Rain.
I have no idea.
Still
what you're
nothing?
talking about. You'd have to
Man.
show me.
Early days of YouTube.
Dude, you
One of
know
the
I
first
wasn't on
viral
YouTube like
videos.
that.
It was a cultural sensation at the time. Anyway,
I'll look it up
meme
later.
coins are Tay Zonde.
Okay. Sometimes they are also called a shit coin, and a shit coin refers to a crypto that doesn't really have any value. Even though I thought a shit coin was when you swallowed a penny when you were a kid and had to wait for it to come out. That's what I thought a shit coin was.
It is also.
Yeah. It is
They're the same thing.
Yeah. Dogecoin, as Kashan was just talking about, was the first meme coin to come out. It was originally created as a joke, but here we are today with over 340 meme coins.
That's actually low. I feel like that's a low amount of meme coins.
Considering that there are 25,000 other cryptos and only 340 of them are meme coins, that is pretty low.
Yeah.
Meme coins have a low entry barrier and are introduced with a decentralized token sales. So in order to promote the coin, they'll always end up giving away coins or just giving discounts on the coin so that people will buy into them.
Yeah, that makes your money worth stuff if
Yes,
you just
absolutely.
give it away.
Yes. When people give me, I love a sale. And
Not
a sale
on
on money sounds really good.
It sounds like what they did in Argentina.
And that went well.
Yep, it's
It
going
went
great.
super well. So like I said, meme coins are made from a meme or something that the internet stirs up as a sensation. Donald Trump and Melania Trump actually just came out with their own meme coins leading up to the inauguration, which as of January 20th, which was the day of his inauguration, the meme coin had earned 10 billion in market value. So, as I've said for now a third time, meme coin, based off of a meme or internet sensation, and that is where Haliey Welch enters the picture.
No relation to the grape juice, I think.
No relationship to the grape juice. None. So on June 11th, 2024, Tim and D TV, which is a YouTube channel, which is ran/owned by Tim Dickerson and Darius Marlowe. It's a YouTube channel that does street style interviews, and it dropped a video featuring Haliey Welch being interviewed on Broadway Street in Nashville, Tennessee. She's a blonde 22-year-old hailing from the state of Tennessee. And Haliey Welch looked like any other drunk girl you would see stumbling around Nashville that night. Now, Welch and her friend saw that the street interviews were happening and asked if they could be interviewed. Originally, Welch was asked tamer questions such as, what makes you wifey material? But it is said that she requested them to ask her more scandalous questions. And the clip you are about to hear became one of the most, if not the most, viral sound of 2024.
Yeah, if you haven't heard this, I'm sorry that we're the ones that are going to expose it to you. But also, if you haven't heard this, how'd you find this? How are you on the internet right now? Because obviously you haven't been here before.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you.
Just as funny as the first day I heard it, which is not. So
Kashan just wants some of that Hawk Tuah.
I do not.
Spit on that thing.
I do not. That does not sound fun.
Well, this sound launched Welch into internet fame. And unfortunately, everywhere we went, we heard the sound of Hawk Tuah.
At least for a week.
Longer than that.
Unfortunately.
When the video dropped, Welch was working at a bed spring factory in Tennessee and was living with her grandmother. I didn't know that was a type of factory. Well, one time I watched an interview with her when it all first was happening, and she was like, I was working at a bed spring factory. I thought that was like the name of the company, Bedspring. Like, I don't know what I thought, but no, she literally means like boing boing bed springs.
Yeah, of course. I thought we evolved past this. You know, I buy beds that come in a box on Amazon now. Like,
I thought we all had memory foam.
Yeah, I don't need any, and it was like $300. Like, I don't need a spring in my mattress.
No, I don't want a spring in my mattress.
Well, obviously the people in Tennessee,
they want a bed spring.
They want that shit to squeak.
They do. You got no, that's a bad squeak.
What the heck? That was like a rooster cawing in the morning.
You gotta squeak.
I mean,
thrust that thing.
I would assume she would work at a cock factory, but no, it's not that. It's bed springs.
She would work at a cock factory. At first, Welch was embarrassed about the video, and rightfully so. And she, quote, didn't come out of the house for a week after it dropped. But then she noticed that people were making merchandise with her saying on it. And she figured, well, if they could make money, so could she. Her Hawk Tuah merchandise made $65,000 in just a few weeks.
I remember when this came out because she had her dad selling it, like in the.
I remember
like
that.
in the ad, she's like Haliey's got the Hawk Tuah merch out, and I'm like, your father, dude. Like, this is a really interesting sales pitch.
I remember that, like, in this interview I watched with all of them, like a backstory on her, he was wearing a Hawk Tuah hat in the interview. And I was like, what on earth? My dad would like disown me if he saw a video like that come out of me.
He's like, I taught her well. She learned that one from me.
I mean, he does look like he chews dip and spits a lot. So she probably did learn from him. Yeah. They're a little ding 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 ding.
They had a spittoon in the house kind of thing, and you're like,
yeah,
this is the origin.
They have a moonshine still in the backyard. If they told me they had a moonshine still, I would not be surprised. She began making appearances with celebrities such as Zach Bryan, who is a country singer, Shaquille O'Neal, and she even threw a pitch at a Mets game. In December, she made an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. It was clear that the Hawk Tuah Girl had a voice that everyone wanted to hear, and Haliey Welch was going to give it to them. With her rise to fame, she did what many, many people do, what we have decided to do, and she decided to start a podcast. Hawk Tuah made its premiere in September 2024. It is produced by Better, I think that is how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
Which is Jake Paul's company.
I did not know that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Everything, the pieces of the puzzle are adding together.
Absolutely.
The hawk is tuing. Okay. The podcast has had some really notable people on it, including comedian Whitney Cummings, Shark Tank star Mark Cuban, Wiz Khalifa, and JoJo Siwa.
This is like the nightmare blunt rotation. Like, this would be terrible. Like, if you just want to ruin a night, like, get me with these people in a room.
You know what? I don't
Mark Cuban.
Wouldn't mind listening.
He might be okay.
I wouldn't mind listening to Mark Cuban. I would mind listening. I think I'd really, honestly, I would rather put a bullet in my skull. I would rather Haliey Welch Hawk Tuah in my mouth after a night of drinking on Broadway than listen to her interview JoJo Siwa, the inventor of gay pop.
Get to my podcast. The Hawk Tuah Girl. Yeah, like, oh my God.
Is that JoJo Siwa?
Yeah.
It sounded
They
like
asked her what her dream guest. You haven't seen that clip?
No.
Are you not on the internet?
I guess
Jesus
not.
Christ. Look it up.
What happened? I see so much internet.
It's just cringy. She was like, "Did you guys do my podcast? I don't know. Probably one of my exes." And you're like, what the fuck?
Oh, I think I did see that, actually.
Hearing her sing. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, she's so cringy, dude.
She is cringy, actually. The inventor of gay pop.
She's got to be like... She's not the inventor of gay pop.
That's what she said.
She's not even good at it. Like, you can't...
This is what happens when we let children from dance moms rise to fame.
Yeah, that's fair.
We get JoJo Siwa chugging vodka on the stage.
No more of them.
So the podcast isn't the only thing that Welch is up to. She has also released a dating advice app called Pookie Tools.
Yeah, because I definitely want to hear dating advice from a 22-year-old.
I downloaded it to see what it was like when you had to like subscribe either weekly or yearly, and it wasn't worth the money. It was like $5 a week.
Oh, no.
For Pookie Tools?
No.
I was hoping there'd be a free trial, and there wasn't. So I was like, all right, I'm not down. I'm not going to pay for this.
No, thank you. Just, it's really like the cash grab is crazy, but she's really literally managed to stick around. And I think this is the thing that might finally kill her, which is funny because she was close. I think she was close to actually staying relevant.
I think she was too.
I think this is really going to stop, which is probably good for us as a society.
Yeah.
But bad for her.
Very bad for her.
She will not be famous anymore.
No, she won't be. And you're about to find out why. Because here's the thing. We're talking about meme coins. We're talking about Hawk Tuah. What do meme coins and Haliey Welch have in common? Well, on December 4th, 2024, the meme coin Hawk was launched to the public. The meme coin caused quite a stir. But how the heck did Haliey Welch end up with a cryptocurrency of her own? Most would think that that's something that she really wouldn't be able to pull off. Well, obviously, she did not do this project on her own. She had a team of people that were helping her. And the team consisted of Alex Larson Schultz. He uses the persona Doc Hollywood on his other social media accounts and all of his online accounts. He's like a crypto guy. Clinton So was another person who helped her out. He is the founder and controller of Over Here, which is a Web3 developer. They were a really big part of making this. Clinton So is also a resident of Hong Kong, and Over Here Limited, the Web3 developer, is also a registered business in Hong Kong, but So recently posted on Discord that his team was global and not just based on out of one country.
Sorry, everything about his name is like a Who's on First joke.
Yeah.
Like his name is So, the company name Over Here, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
That was so confusing.
Oh no, it's all very confusing. All the people who were involved in this promoted the Hawk token on their social media accounts, including X. When developing the Hawk token, they needed to start a foundation to send the funds to. Apparently this is normal. I'm not totally 100% sure, but they started a foundation and they founded the To the Moon Foundation, which was to receive the funds of the token. It is registered and also has its headquarters in the Cayman Islands. Its logo features Welch in a cowboy hat riding what looks like a Clydesdale with the American flag and stocks in the background. It's quite a sight.
I hate it here.
Hawk was advertised and marketed towards fans of Haliey Welch. This was done on Welch's personal social media platforms, as well as the people, as I said, she was closely working with.
What did they mean, fans of Haliey Welch? Who's out there that is like, this person is my ideal person? This is a person to look up to.
Well,
Who's doing that?
A lot of people, because listen, she has that podcast. Like we've said, she stayed relevant. She has a fan base.
She stayed relevant because she's fun to make fun of.
She has 2.6 million followers.
Because she's fun to make fun of. Not really. People don't really like it. People ironically like it. The podcast has like a 3.3 stars, which is worse than us.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on. There's that whole podcast that was more popular where it was two guys drinking wine talking about what they were saying on the Hawk Tuah podcast, which was Talk Tuah.
I did not even know about that.
You know,
that's hilarious.
So who's out there that was like, oh my God, Haliey Welch is releasing a meme coin. I must buy in.
Well, I will say that the target group was what people call normies, which are people who are not typically purchasing crypto and they don't know what they're doing. These were a lot of first-time buyers. And Haliey said that the goal of the crypto was to start a community and a way for everybody to be connected together. This was a really great way to connect her fan base. So it was about community, Kashan.
Just start a blog, like start a forum. Like what the go to the r/Talk to a subreddit or some bullshit. You don't need,
literally.
You don't need a meme coin, man.
No, you literally don't need a meme coin. The team assured people that the Hawk token was safer than other cryptocurrencies. Now, Hawk token had a pre-sale, which from my understanding is very, very common with these token launches. So what will happen in these pre-sales is that they will, as I said earlier, sell or give away tokens, sell them at a discounted rate. Usually the people who are able to buy into these pre-sales are people who are associated with the sellers. So this could be friends, this could be colleagues, these could be friends of friends, but you do have to know them in order to purchase the coin. Or the token. The pre-sale of Hawk tokens raised $2.8 million at a valuation of $16.69 million. When the Hawk token opened to the public, it had a 15% fee on trading. So this is considered really high, and it's come under a lot of scrutiny, but we'll talk more about that later. In 24 hours, they had made $2 million off of just this fee. The Hawk token launched on the Solana blockchain on December 4th, 2024. After its launch, it grew exponentially. It launched with a market capitalization, as I just said, because of the pre-sale at $16.69 million. Now, doing this caused it to have rapid increase in the market capitalization. And within hours, the token's market value became $491 million, which is a lot of money. But then it collapsed. The token's market capitalization went down 90%, dropping below 100 million in less than a day. Those who bought into it lost a lot of money, and it obviously impacted them financially. It's also safe to assume, since this was marketed towards normies, people who were not previously buying into crypto, that they probably were not particularly wealthy, and that loss impacted them substantially.
This is also the problem with meme coins in general, is that there's no like basis for the generation of tokens. Like they can basically just create an infinite amount, which literally means that they are worthless. I mean, even like the way that it works with Bitcoin, for those of you that don't know, is that there's this computing that goes in that you basically mining the coin, you like put in computation power to generate a hash like on the blockchain.
Okay.
And whoever generates that gets like a crypto coin. So if you put some compute power into it, you'll get like partial coins over time. So that means that like work has to be done and time has to be put in to get a coin. But with these, you can just literally just generate them like out of your ass, and then so they're not worth anything. It's
right.
like it's literally like monopoly money.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that these can be like valued up to $500 million almost. You know, and then when it's worth that much, these people who have a bunch, they sell it all, and then it's worthless again because that's how it works.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Buying into any of these is the stupidest investment you can do.
Yeah.
And people need to know that.
Yeah,
You're throwing your money into a garbage fire.
You're literally throwing it into a garbage fire. Yeah. I saw a podcast with a friend of hers saying that he invested $10 million into the token, which is an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that person's an idiot then.
Yeah, well, correct. He was like, oh, that's my girl, like, you know, whatever. But only to find out while he was being interviewed that the token tanked. And when he tried calling Welch, so he was on the interview and he was like, what are you talking about that it tanked? And they're like, no, dude, it's tanked. Like, your money's gone. And he was like, let me call her. And he was trying to call her while he was being interviewed and she wouldn't answer his calls. which I don't.
She was probably getting quite a few.
Yeah, he's probably not the only one calling her. Obviously, this caused a ton of outrage. People immediately started saying that it was a pump and dump scheme or a rug pull and called out everybody involved in the project. So if you are not familiar, a pump and dump scheme is when, quote, fraudsters typically spread false or misleading information to create a buying frenzy that will pump up the price of the stock and then dump the shares, or in this case, a coin, dump the shares of the stock by selling their own shares at an inflated price. A rug pull is when someone abandons a project and takes the investor's money. I personally think that this situation is kind of a little bit of both, because you had them like promoting, and then we're gonna get to it. But
well, to be fair, rug pulls need the pump and dump.
Yeah, you need to pump in order to pull out the rug.
Yeah, because rug pulling isn't going to get you any money unless you artificially increase the price of it.
Exactly.
By hyping something up like Squid Coin, which we talked about previously on the Blockchain Blockheads episode. So feel free to go back and listen to that.
Yeah. Welch also bought into her own coin. Welch is actually locked in for 12 months without being able to sell, but tokens that were sold during pre-sale were unlocked at the token generation event, which allowed investors to trade them immediately after they were launched. So 285 investors joined the Hawk pre-sale, which 89 of those wallets, when it went live, sold 100% all their tokens. 47 of the wallets sold more than 50%. 19 sold less than 50%, and 130 wallets sold zero, but 3.3 million was sold in total. Okay. Now, the fallout of all this, like I said, people were enraged. They wanted answers. So on December 5th, 2024, a Twitter space was held to discuss what had happened. Larson and So spoke on the behalf of Over Here. During that Twitter space, So explained that they attempted to go around American securities laws.
So I might be old here. What is a Twitter space? What is this?
So what I understand is that it's like a discussion forum. They went on and like had almost like a live, but it was like,
okay,
it was basically like a meeting.
Okay.
And they,
so it's like a Zoom meeting, but like through X.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Okay.
So it's a live audio chat room with X users.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
A call.
Yeah, it's literally a group call. You don't even see each other's faces. It's just audio.
It's a Teams meeting but on X.
Yes, that's awesome. What it is. So during that Twitter space, Clinton So explained that they attempted to go around American securities laws. 17% of the tokens were sold initially to a group of selected people, which is like the pre-sale that we were talking about. They said that their lawyers advised that they would make the Tuah the Moon Foundation an offshore entity so that they could sell the 17% through that entity. Now, 96% of the supply was in one group. The team made it clear that none of them sold any tokens and that none of the key opinion leaders were gifted free tokens. I don't know if that's really accurate or not. When questioned about the 15% fees, which is very high for crypto, no one in the group could answer honestly about why the fees were so high and also what was happening with the money. They kept saying that a foundation was getting the money, but they couldn't say what foundation it was or who was running it. They wouldn't answer. Really, it was going to the Tuah the Moon Foundation.
This is also just crazy because, like, doesn't this mean that every time you buy and sell this cryptocurrency, it's worth like 15% less than whatever it was traded for? Because not only are you paying this price, but you're also paying a 15% fee on top of it just to do the transaction.
Yeah.
So the entire time, every time it's bought and sold, it's like losing
value.
Yeah. Which is, that can't be right. That can't be good.
Yeah.
Right? Dumb. This is very dumb. Stupid.
One of the members of the Hawk group even said, "Who cares where the fees go?" Well, the people who paid them.
Yeah.
It was the people who paid them. And one thing that was really crazy, so like on the blockchain, everyone can see what's going on the blockchain. It is not a secret, like I said earlier. So you could literally see that this money was just going straight into a wallet, that it was going straight into the founders, the inventors, whatever you want to call it. They were going into that group's pocket. There was no hiding that, but they kept lying and saying like, oh, we don't know where it went. I don't know where it goes. Oh, I can't explain why there's this fee. When the whole time you can literally see where the money's going, which is just stupid. The team claimed that there was a crash, that the whole crash was caused by what is called snipers. So according to Coinbase, NFT sniping is the practice of swiftly identifying and acquiring a newly listed, undervalued NFT non-fungible token before others have the chance to do so. This tactic is primarily used with the intention of reselling NFTs at a higher price. Everyone who was part of that Twitter space, though, basically said that was bullshit. And they all knew that, like, this wasn't a sniper. This wasn't like people just buying up these tokens to resell them. They were like, no, you're lining your pocket.
That also wouldn't crash the price of the coin. If anything, that would like unless they were saying that it was sniped at the beginning and they just bought all of it up to inflate the value and then someone else like sold it immediately. But that doesn't really make a lot of sense because then someone else would have to be there to buy it.
Right. Well, a lot of their actions don't make any sense.
Well,
so
fair.
They're claiming that operation costs. So they're one of the things for like the fee that they're talking about. They said that the operation costs were high, but like,
for a fake online thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for their foundation. And they were like, well, the fee is to also like keep this going forever. And they're like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Nothing made sense.
You got a lot of overhead for like the unpaid intern that you had code Hawk.
Literally.
Sure, bud.
Yeah. That they can never put on their resume because it tanked. It was said that token holders would be, quote, decentralized shareholders in the, quote, common movement, where the token holders in the project would become mutual beneficiaries. When Clinton so explained this, he said, and, you know, like, it's kind of a way that, you know, by being shareholders in, you know, I guess the mutual holders in this token, you know, you become, I guess, like decentralized shareholders in this kind of, you know, common movement where, you know, we're both, you know, obviously we're both beneficiaries. Ultimately, you know, you're a holder of the token, ultimately a beneficiary if the token does well.
What a
poignant.
Yeah, what a salient point.
The Twitter space was an actual nightmare without much being resolved at all. Welch herself became very overwhelmed and ended up leaving the meeting early, which I'm sorry, I'm going to play another clip, but it's just so funny that...
This is hilarious, actually.
I need to... So she became really overwhelmed. She was like... She decided to leave, and this is what she said.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. I hate to interrupt you, Nick, but hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Anywho, I want to go to bed. And what's so funny is after she says that, they're like the people who are like, on her team.
Okay.
Yeah, they're literally like, okay. Like, what do you say to that? You have to just say, okay.
Sorry about all the feds that are going to come after you.
No, literally.
Anyway, sleep well.
Now, there is a civil suit that's being filed that the people who invested in the token they're trying to get their money back.
Fat chance, but, you know, more power to you.
We'll see. According to the affidavit, the Hawk token has all the characteristics of an unregistered security under established legal precedent. The token itself was never registered properly. Now, some people might find this strange or shocking, but Haliey Welch is not named as a defendant in this case. It almost seems as if they were just using her name and face to promote the coin to pull off the scheme. Now, Welch, that you can argue that
she still has like she needs to have autonomy, though. You know, she is an entity. Needs to know if someone is just using her to do that. Like, she was still a big part of this. The main part of it then.
And I have a very hard time believing that she did not financially benefit from this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe she didn't understand all the workings of it. And maybe she thought she could trust these guys and they sold it to her a certain way. But when the fallout is happening, like, you cannot tell me, or I want receipts that none of this money went to her.
Yeah,
because I just don't believe that none of the money went to her.
Well, I mean, she has to be part owner of the Two of the Moon
Right,
Foundation,
exactly,
which is what
which she is.
received the millions of dollars in the fees.
Right.
So I don't think we can say, I don't think you have to say, I can't believe that she didn't financially benefit off of this. I think we can say pretty definitively.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. Yeah,
financially benefit off of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I can't not believe is maybe what I meant to say. But like, she benefited financially. I do think she should be listed in the I think she should be a defendant. I don't think that she should just get away with this.
No, it was definitely at least partially her fault.
No, absolutely. She is involved in this. Absolutely. I mean, Welch claims that it wasn't a scam and that she wouldn't screw over her followers like that. She posted on X saying, I take this situation extremely seriously and want to address my fans, the investors who have been affected, and the broader community. I am fully cooperating with and committed to assisting the legal team representing the individuals impacted, as well as help uncover the truth and hold responsible parties accountable and resolve this matter. Do I think she wrote that?
No, of course not.
No. I don't think she wrote that.
Her entire career has just been a cash grab. Like, it's always been very corporate and what's the word? Like, not human, like not relatable at all. You know,
the only time that she was relatable was when she was on that street in Nashville.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
She was being her drunk self. That was really the only time that she's ever been.
And since then,
genuine, relatable.
Yeah, it's been like, how can I monetize this? Which, I mean, like, hey, man, like, that's your thing. Go for it, I guess. But
and I can't blame her for wanting to monetize what she could, because, I mean, she's 22. She's working at a bed spring factory. I can't imagine that she's making a whole lot of money. So, okay, yeah, make what you can, but at the same time.
But if you get over greedy, I'm not going to be surprised if you get burned too. Like,
exactly.
You don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. And like, also the people that were involved in this, like, do I want to see anybody lose money ever? No. But at the same time, like, you have to know what you're investing in, and you have to like research stuff a little. I don't know. It's just like a very silly thing to invest in. And I don't think that you can be shocked that you lost money.
Yeah, I think, you didn't put money in the S&P 500 and like lose your shirt. You put it in fucking a Hawk Tuah coin, man. Like,
to put 10 million into Hawk coin or the Hawk token is like crazy.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, you've made a poor decision.
Yeah, that was a bad choice, and you're gonna reap you're gonna reap the consequences of that bad choice. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Haliey Welch knew what she was doing? Or did greedy finance bros just use her face to bait people into investing in their token? I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think this idea probably got pitched to her. She was like, yeah, that sounds good. Just make as much money as we can. That's what I want to do. Make money. That sounds good. Make a lot of money for me. Okay.
Yeah, she seems like a very naive young woman. Maybe I'm misreading it, and she's actually, I mean, she's got this far. Maybe she's like an evil genius, right? But I feel like that's maybe not it. But that being said, like, you're in charge of like what you as a person get used to pitch. And you also made a bad decision here. And unfortunately, like, hey, feel bad for you a little bit, but like, you did this.
I do and I don't.
You did this. It's like, just because you make a bad decision doesn't mean you like get out of consequences.
No, you do have to. Yeah. You have to pay for the consequence. Like, there are consequences to your actions.
Yeah, hopefully
100%
she learns from this.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best outcome, is that like, don't do this stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Take responsibility for it.
Since this has all gone down, it's been several weeks since she has uploaded a new Hawk Tuah podcast.
I know. What am I going to do?
What are you going to do? There's only like 5 episodes, so you're just going to have to listen to them all over again, Kashan.
I'll just re-listen for the 5th time, I guess.
He's like, I listen every night when I go to sleep. I listen to Talk Tuah.
It's my favorite podcast.
It is. Obviously, this is not a resolved case. Everything is just now going down. So if, we get updates, we will definitely give it to you guys. 15 seconds of fame turned into a lifetime of shame when Haliey Welch gagged on finance bros' idea to get richer quicker with her meme coin. Although Haliey Welch wasn't the mastermind behind this scheme, she did profit off of it and now potentially ruined her career. Welch is a perfect example of what happens when we let greed overtake us and ruin our lives. And that is the episode this week. If you liked what you listened to and you just can't get enough of White Collars Red Hands, head on over to our socials. We are on Facebook.com/White Collars Red Hands. We are on Twitter or X at White Collars Pod. We are on Instagram at White Collars_Red Hands. We are on TikTok at White Collars Red Hands. I don't remember anything.
You just break?
I literally short-circuited. If you want other free ways to support us, you can do that by leaving a review. We are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Obviously, we love a 5-star review, but a honest review is also good. Oh, we are also on YouTube at White Collars Red Hands. If you want another free way to support us, please tell a friend. Telling a friend is the greatest way to get info out about podcasts. Let them know. Listen to us. They'll love it. A fun free way to support us is by going to our website, whitecollarsredhands.com, and clicking on that merch tab. It'll take you over to TeePublic, and you can get some White Collars Red Hand merch as Kashan is debuting today. Look at that sexy sweater.
I'm repping.
Also, if you hear of a white collar crime and you are like, oh my God, Nina and Kashan should totally cover that, send it our way. We try to do a fan submitted episode every single season, and yours could be next. And I think that's it.
Sounds it to me.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on another episode of White Collars Red Hands.